What up, guys?
Hey, welcome!
We are doing a pretty neat movie review today.
Yeah, we're doing a review
of Godzilla, King of Monsters.
I saw it in a special certain theater.
Yeah,
called
the 4DX theater.
Yeah, for the Regal cinemas.
By Regal.
Yeah.
Guys, if you haven't been to a 4DX theater, hopefully there's one near you. Go to one. You won't be disappointed. It's like a roller coaster, and I'm literally a roller coaster.
We heard about it from a friend at work, and we just thought we'd
try it out.
And so the whole idea between that kind of theater is it's very immersive, and it tries to get you involved in the film as much as possible. Now it's a 3D film, and you're like rocking in the chair. They have sounds and
water,
mists and winds and
sense.
different things that are going on to really make you part of the film. And I gotta say, with a big action, like not action film, but a lot of action in this film.
Yeah.
It did really well. It was actually really cool to see.
Yeah, the chairs were really rocking. Like really. But
there was a couple points where I thought my soda was gonna
mine was leaking
cup, but it was cool. So if you have something like that near you, I strongly suggest to go see it because it's fun.
All right, so Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Yeah, this movie was good. The only big draw of this film was because I wanted to see the action, I want to see the monsters fight, and I wanted to see what kind of role Millie Bobby Brown played.
Millie Bobby Brown.
So what were your first impressions of the film?
I mean, it started out pretty action-packed, and there was consistent action throughout. And obviously, in a movie like this with Godzilla, there's a lot of monster fights.
Yeah.
And that was great. And as far as character development, it was a little bit dry. Kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah, the story was kind of dry.
It was dry.
It was very back and forth, and I just ended up not caring about following how things were going.
Right.
But how were you impressed with Godzilla?
Godzilla looked good.
Yeah.
He looked good. The only problem that I had was the whole movie was kind of getting his ass kicked, really. And I thought for being what the movie's called, I thought that he would be more the center.
Yeah. The first and second act of the entire film, he was in there, he was fighting, and he just kept getting his butt kicked.
Yeah,
and it wasn't until like the third act where he really came about and he got his strength. But there was a lot of things I liked about the film. What did what were certain things that you enjoyed?
I enjoyed the action.
Yep.
There was a little bit of comedy in there.
Yeah.
Some good one-liners.
Yeah.
As far I don't know. I just had a hard time following the story, but so for me, I think the action and a little bit of the one-liners in there was probably my favorite part. And Millie Bobby Brown did a good job acting. Just a little bit.
She did all right.
Yeah,
she didn't really play.
She was
like
in
a
it.
Huge part.
Yeah, she was in it less than I thought she was going to be in it.
In the trailers, it made it seem like she was a big focal point of this whole movie, and I guess to a certain degree she was, because her and her mom are by themselves and they're talking to these monsters, and her mom wants to wake the monsters up, and she kind of like, I don't want to say plague, but she wants to kind of like reset the clock, because humans. Yeah. The whole idea of the film is that the humans are ruining the earth, and the original monsters are there to protect the earth. And she's kind of, so throughout the film, you kind of like can make her the case for the villain, but there wasn't a clear villain. Yeah, there wasn't a clear villain. Because she wanted to kind of like reset the earth. Yeah, but I think we kind of thought the same thing with how she played her part, that, maybe she's not bad. But then she released all the monsters at once from their containment centers. And then she realizes that was a terrible mistake. Terrible mistake, because a lot of people died, and, not what she thought. Not we thought. Yeah, no. So, I like the dad. Mm-hmm. He had some good lines, but I think in general, most of the characters really did not hit it for me, except for the Japanese doctor. Yeah, I forget his name. I'm terrible with the names in this film. But he was good. He, at the end of the film, he ends up sacrificing himself because Godzilla gets beat so badly that he retreats down to the bottom of the ocean somewhere. Where he's kind of healing himself with radiation. Yeah. But it wasn't. It would take like 100, not 100 years, but it would take many years for him to get his power back. Yeah. So they hit him with a nuclear bomb. Yeah. Carried in by the doctor, and that brings it back. There was some good scenes. I think the I think the best part of this film was the CGI and just the action shots. And like this is just your classic popcorn flick kind of movie where you go in, you just enjoy it because the story wasn't good, the characters weren't that great, and the trailers really made it seem like Millie Bobby Brown was a big part, and she really ended up not being a big part. I mean, things that I had, like, they just showed up places. Like, I had no idea how they got to Boston and to some of the locations that they got to because they just appeared there.
Yeah, 1 minute they're in, like, I don't know, somewhere overseas, the next minute they're back in Boston. And you're like, okay, how did that happen?
That was like the central hub because that's where the home was. And it just, there was so many things that just did not make sense, but at the same time, I didn't really care too much because I went to the movie to watch the fights and the CGI work, and they were intense. They were fun. They were exciting to watch. And then you're in the type of theater that we were in, so the seats were rocking and things were falling, the rain was coming down and all that stuff, and it was great. But everything else was kind of trash. But I think the action shots were awesome.
Now, I think, maybe not an issue, but kind of what I was a little confused about was, so the movie's called Godzilla King of the Monsters, but mostly the movie is this three-headed monster. I forget what they called it.
The Hydra. What the name was.
The Hydra was like the focal point of the movie.
Yeah, like throughout the entire film.
Right, couldn't be killed. Couldn't, every time that Godzilla was stricken down, he would come back. Yeah, and that was a lot of the movie until the very end, where
he actually bit the one head off.
He bit the one head off, and
bites
then
it off.
It just regenerated itself.
It grows back as Godzilla gets beat down for the umpteenth time. But was he the villain, or was the mom the villain?
There's the other guy, the old guy that the mom was working with, who we thought
was going to be the villain.
Well, yeah, but we thought that he kidnapped her and Millie Bobby Brown, but apparently he didn't. Like,
they were working together.
Weird.
But the movie made it seem like they were kidnapped, and then you ended up learning out things, and just there wasn't a clear defined line of.
He never forced her at gunpoint or anything. There was never any malicious intent.
She did at one point.
Yeah,
I think the reveal of Mothra was fantastic because that was something that you saw in the trailer coming through the waterfall. That was a beautiful shot, and I think a lot of the action shots were done really well with some of the close-ups, the wide angle shots, and things like that.
What did you think of Mothra? Did you think that she kicked butt?
It was cool. She, the trailers I think were misleading to a certain extent because she was in there. Same with Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
And then didn't do all that much. Didn't play a
she
big
did some stuff, but she didn't.
The film.
She fought well, but
I guess it served its purpose somehow. But it is kind of strange. Like, this film was very back and forth, but I think the action scenes and the CGI work held up to the standard, and overall, I think it was a fun film to watch because of the action and the CGI.
But guys, if you haven't seen Godzilla King of the Monsters, go see it. If there's a 40X theater by Regals near you, go see the 40X. You won't be disappointed, or you might be if you don't like rides or whatever, because it's kind of what it is. Comment.
It was at some points.
It was like a ride.
Yeah, it was.
Comment, and
please subscribe.
And we are Max Movie Reviews, and we'll see you in the next review.
See you.